From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Tuesday morning. We are still tracking multiple fires this morning, and now 2 new fires in Yakima that popped up overnight. We'll go ahead and we'll talk about those first. First, the Black Canyon fire that is burning right on the border of Yakima and Kittitas County. It is 100 acres. There were level 3 evacuations in place for this just last night, but since these have been downgraded to level 2 evacuations, and you can find these listed online at applevalleynewsnow.com. Okay, now moving on to the other new fire from yesterday in Yakima County. That would be the West White Swan fire. This one around 100 acres. And this one is also, well, this one was prompting evacuations. Those have since been lifted. Now we pivot down to the corner of Wheeler and Gillum and Morrow counties as this Lone Rock fire is now closing in on 125,000 acres. It's 40% contained. And of course, we still have level 3 evacuations in place for this one in southwestern Morrow County from the West County line along Buttermilk Canyon to Highway 207 and then milepost 10 south of Hardman to the south Morrow County line. Now let's move over to a series of very intense fires. There's the Battle Mountain Complex, which is just the NF Owen fire, the Snake fire, and the Monkey Creek fire, but the Boneyard fire is looming pretty close behind it, and so I have a feeling that the Boneyard fire eventually is going to get lumped in with the Battle Mountain Complex, and there is just so much activity along these fire perimeters right now. So we have several level 3 evacuations in place for both the Battle Mountain Complex and for the Boneyard fire, and you can find all of these also listed online at applevalleynewsnow.com. And then we have these evacuation zones in place for portions of Umatilla County, UKI 313, that's for a good chunk of the city of Ukiah, then UMC 319, 321, and 327. That's for unincorporated parts of Umatilla County. That's where you have to be packed and ready to leave at a moment's notice. And then where you have to get ready would be for UMC 301, 303, 305, 315, and 317. And in order to know your zone in Umatilla County, and again, it's just to the south of I-84 in which Umatilla County is using this zone system, but you can type in your address at protect.genesis.com/search, and that's how you can know your zone. And I'll show you what all of these fires are doing to our air quality this morning, coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Ellensburg police and fire crews are investigating after 3 separate house fires break out in the same area. What we know so far.
And Umatilla County is changing the way evacuation orders are announced. We have the breakdown.
And it's no secret that firefighters are busy battling wildfire season, but how do they stay healthy? We hear from local firefighters coming up right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Delal.
And I'm Riley Fitzgerald in for Jill Sperling this morning. It is Tuesday, July 23rd.
So, Riley, yesterday you were saying it felt like Thursday, and then today you're saying it feels like Friday. But
it is kind of my Friday on the morning show.
Oh, it is, because you'll be leaving us after today, but not forever.
Yes.
She'll be back, doing reporters.
In my typical reporting role, yep.
Exactly, but it was nice to have you here.
Thank you. So it does kind of feel like Friday today to me, but also we're just kind of getting started.
Yeah, especially with that heat, which Josh will talk about more later. But we start with fire coverage this morning. So a large fire in Franklin County burned east of Colotis on Sunday. This wasn't a remote area where even FM radio coverage is limited. But firefighters still have to spend hours working to get ahead of the flames, regardless of the temperatures.
This fire grew quickly enough that Franklin County Fire District 2 called for state help within a couple of hours of the fire being discovered. According to officials, credited aircraft assistance came from the state to help stop the fire. The cause is under investigation.
In Ellensburg, police and fire crews are investigating after receiving multiple reports of a house fire Monday.
Just before 8 a.m., 3 separate house fires broke out in the same area. It happened on the 900 block of West University Way. 15th Avenue, just west of Cora, was shut down for hours.
The family of the house that was destroyed the most started a fundraiser on GoFundMe. Vanessa Hinojos says her dad and brother lost everything.
Everyone made it out safe, but the family says they have to start over from nothing. We have posted the GoFundMe fundraiser on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. Over the weekend, the Umatilla County Sheriff's Office provided new information regarding the Battle Mountain fire.
Things are tight-lined almost all the way around. We're evaluating some interior pockets and things like that. We've been using aircraft, dozers, crews, local dozers, local folks, whatever we can get to hold on to that fire for the last 36 hours since we took over these two fires.
Now, this is a video of firefighters in action. The Battle Mountain Complex fire includes 3 fires: the North Forks Owens fire, which has burned almost 4,000 acres, the Snake fire, which has burned over 13,000 acres, and the Monkey Creek fire, which has burned a little over 25,000 acres.
Containment for all 3 combined is holding at just about 10%. Fire season and the triple-digit temperatures we've seen haven't made it easy for firefighters throughout the region. Fire
crews from city and county agencies are working around the clock right now, battling multiple wildfires as well as responding to medical calls. It's a job that never sleeps, and it doesn't matter what the weather conditions are. So how do firefighters keep going, fighting day in and day out?
It takes extra staffing this time of year to bring in extra firefighters, just so we have a good replacement cycle of crews working on the fire and then going into rest period, into shade, drinking plenty of fluid, having their vitals monitored, making sure nobody has any signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion.
Coming up at 6, Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma shares what our local firefighters do to stay healthy while battling wildfires for hours on end.
And worsening fire danger conditions have prompted forest officials to expand campfire restrictions across the entire Okanogan-Wenatchee National Forest.
Stage 2 fire restrictions went into effect on Saturday, banning campfires across the forest, including developed campgrounds and designated wilderness areas. Under the restriction, the use of wood and charcoal campfires is banned. However, people will still be able to use pressurized or bottled liquid fuel stoves, lanterns, campfires, or heating devices.
And Apple Valley News Now is on your side all fire season. For updates on demand and for the latest on evacuation levels, be sure to go to our website. It's applevalleyNewsNow.com, or download our mobile app, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well.
Parts of Umatilla County have changed the way evacuation orders are announced.
Josh Culbreth shows us how important it is to know your zone.
Well, if you've been paying attention to our fire coverage over the past couple of days, you probably noticed that the Umatilla County Sheriff's Office is now issuing evacuations based off of zones, and they look like this. These are just sample zones, but that's what they look like. And they have implemented this system to the south of Interstate 84. So to the north of there, it's still traditional evacuations, like to the north of this street, to the east of this street, for this community. But to the south of I-84, it is the zone system. So in order to know your zone or to find your zone, type in your address at protect.genesis.com/search. Again, that would be for Umatilla County to the south of I-84. And for, just in general, zone or no zone, here's how you can sign up for emergency alerts. For Umatilla and Morrow counties, go to oralert.gov, type in your address and sign up. And then for Kittitas, Yakima, Benton, Franklin, and Walla Walla counties, so essentially all of our Washington counties, go to mil.wa.gov/alerts, #local, find your county and sign up, as it just might save your life this fire season.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest, airlines are still dealing with issues after the global power outage on Friday, but locally, not as much. We hear from the Tri-Cities Airport on how they're doing.
And Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth will have your weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest will be back in just a moment.
I'm Jared Sessler, a Navy veteran, job creator, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message. It was a great honor to receive President Trump's endorsement, and unlike my opponent Dan Newhouse, who joined Democrats to impeach President Trump, I'll be a strong ally for the MAGA agenda. But an even greater honor would be to earn your support. I took an oath to this country when I began my military service, and I kept it. And I'm asking for your vote so I can take that oath once more and serve in Congress as the conservative we deserve.
Why buy a mattress from Mattress Depot USA?
Low prices.
Every day, we beat any competitor's price.
Selection?
All sizes and brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic.
Customer service.
Our sleep specialists average 10 years in the industry. Check out our reviews.
Comfort guarantee?
120 nights worth.
Same-day delivery.
Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Local?
Born here, live here.
Come see us today.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office Thursday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
It's time to get moving with a new car from Overturf Kia. The new 2024 Kia Niro gives you 3 great ways to save fuel. Available with a fuel-efficient gas-electric hybrid, a plug-in hybrid, or as a full electric vehicle. A new 2024 Kia Niro LX gas-electric hybrid starts at just $28,980. Plus, get 4.99% interest for up to 72 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Bounce back fast from heartburn with Tums Gummy Bites and love food back.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
A lake, a river, and a canal fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We do have an air quality advisory that's in place for Morrow County and Umatilla County, and the Oregon DEQ has issued this until further notice. So until we get a better handle on some of these fires down this way, just, be aware of that, especially if you're a part of one of those sensitive groups as it pertains to smoke particulates. Now, thankfully for this morning, we're just seeing some moderate air quality on the board, but of course that could change a little bit later today as potentially some of these fires could ramp up. So we'll go ahead and we'll put this all in motion with our smoke forecast. And you can see it's, of course, mainly going to be up along the foothills and up along the Blue Mountains in Morrow and Umatilla counties. That's where we'll see the bulk of the smoke. But we can't rule out some haze for portions of Yakima County and Benton County and Franklin County. So not ruling that out, but the worst of the air, the worst of the worst air quality will continue to be in those portions of Umatilla and Morrow counties that we keep talking about. It's really going to be the same cycle into tomorrow as well. Okay, let's take things back to something that doesn't have to do with fires. Temperatures this morning are substantially cooler compared to yesterday morning. Instead of 60s and 70s, we're in the 50s and 60s. A little bit later today, we're finally going to have a seasonal day. Temperatures that'll stay in the 90s, not flirting with triple digits, so that's going to be a nice change of pace. So for today, seasonal, what if I told you we had some sub-seasonal weather a little bit later this week? I'll tell you just how cool we're going to get coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In consumer news, the global power outage that caused thousands of flight cancellations and delays since Friday is continuing to give air travelers trouble. While most carriers say they're recovering or recovered, Delta is still struggling. A statement from its CEO yesterday suggests the carrier's problems could continue into the week. For many affected airlines, the glitch involves the computers used to check in passengers. Delta also says it impaired one of its crew tracking tools, which is making its problem worse. Another concern is stranded luggage, with some travelers missing essential items like work computers or medicine. Delta's policy doesn't include reimbursement for lost income. The timeline is unclear on when things could go back to normal, but we'll keep you updated. Locally, we checked in with the Tri-Cities Airport, and they tell us flights have mostly returned back to normal. Something to keep in mind, though, the entrance to the long-term parking lot will be closed starting at 10 a.m. today through tomorrow evening. Airport officials say they're working to improve their parking system. Those looking to park at PSC should use the credit card lot. In more consumer news, be extra cautious on the World Wide Web. Government officials say hackers are taking advantage of the major tech outage. They say cyber criminals are promoting fake websites that have malicious software, including some with keywords like CrowdStrike. That's the name of the cybersecurity firm that recently had a glitch that caused the tech crisis. The hackers hope to lure victims by promising to repair outages or by offering to sell them fake cryptocurrency. According to security experts, these cyber criminals are using these websites in an attempt to collect personal data and breach user devices. Right now, there's no automated fix for the CrowdStrike problem, and some experts say it could take a while before it's resolved. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Taylor Swift's album has been #1 for 12 weeks, but she's finally been knocked off the top spot. When we come back, we'll tell you which artist managed to do that, plus a look at the reboot of a 1997 horror film. It's all coming up in your entertainment headlines.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
I learned the value of hard work right here in these fields as my immigrant parents pick crops. I graduated from Yakima Valley College and Gonzaga, worked for Congress and the state legislature. Now I'm running for state senate because we need someone who will fight for Central Washington. We're losing good paying jobs and warehouses are closing. I'm Maria Beltran, and I ask for your vote because our best days are ahead of us.
Paid for by friends Maria Beltran.
Meet Fat Beam Fiber, the fastest growing fiber provider in the West. With over 150,000 fiber miles across 150 cities and 8 states, we offer reliable internet and top-tier service to business, government, healthcare, education, and residential customers. From dedicated internet access to wireless backup, our team ensures 99.99% uptime and superior connectivity. Trust Fat Beam Fiber to expand network capabilities and protect your data. Discover more and request a quote at fatbeamfiber.com.
Our new orthopedic regenerative medicine clinic with Prosser Memorial Health orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jeffrey B. Higgs is now offering a variety of treatments, including platelet-rich plasma injections to enhance injury recovery, promote healing, and treat pain associated with early osteoarthritis. To schedule an appointment, call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Drive into summer with the rugged Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Summer is for exploring, so get outdoors, kick up some dust, get muddy, or just find that perfect campsite. All from Honda, the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Good Morning Northwest streams all day at AppleValleyNewsNow.com and our mobile apps.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. For this Black Canyon fire that's burning on the Yakima and Kittitas County line, remember it's upwards of 1,000 acres. We now have a new level 3 go now evacuation in place for the evacuation zone of Lakeview and Elk Ridge, the areas near Sela in Yakima County. So if you live here, you have to leave as your life could potentially be in jeopardy. For now, we're going to send it back to the desk.
Thank you, Josh. And now it's time for some entertainment news. For the first time in 3 months, there's a new #1 album on the Billboard chart.
So David Daniel reveals who knocked Taylor Swift from the top spot in today's Hollywood Minute.
Toby Maguire got bit by a spider. Me must have got bit by a goat.
The death of Slim Shady, Coup de Grace, is Eminem's 11th career #1 album on the Billboard 200. Billboard reports it debuted with the best sales week of any rap album this year. That ends the 12-week run at #1 of Taylor Swift's The Tortured Poets Department, which fell to #4.
What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
Sony isn't waiting to cast its reboot of its 1997 horror hit, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Original stars Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. are in talks to return, alongside younger stars Madeline Klein from Outer Banks and Glass Onion, Tiny Beautiful Things actress Sarah Pidgeon, a Tony nominee for Broadway's Stereophonic, and Jonah Hauer-King, who played the prince in The Little Mermaid reboot, as well as Camila Mendes from Riverdale and Tyreek Withers from Atlanta. The new film is due in theaters July 18th, 2025. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
12 weeks at #1.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised either, but I grew up on Eminem, so that's exciting to see. I'm happy about that.
There you go. Have you listened to the new album?
Not the entire thing.
Gotcha.
I still need to. It's just been so hard to, you know. So many songs.
Yes, I'm still binging The Tortured Poets Department from
Oh,
Taylor.
really? I'm sure.
Yeah, I was listening to it.
Actually, I think I
as
hear
we
you
were
play it all the time.
getting ready this morning.
And that movie looks exciting too. I love Freddie Prinze Jr. Grew up on him too. So
Do you like scary movies?
I love scary movies. You? No? Okay.
Not really.
Well, I'm gonna make you watch
That's
them.
okay. We will have fun.
Well, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, an incident that could have gone very wrong after 10 people and a toddler were rescued from a Washington river.
This after being flipped into 50-degree water. We have what officials are saying caused the accident. That's up next. Keep it here.
At Mattress Depot USA, we're sort of like matchmakers.
We match your body needs and sleeping habits with the perfect mattress for you.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Well, it's almost election time.
Typical politicians trying to tell us they're conservative.
Yeah, well, that's not Congressman Newhouse. He worked with the liberals to try to remove Trump. And don't get me started on that Sessler.
He's not just a vegan.
Sessler wants a 30% tax on everything we buy.
Even my haircut.
Even my beer. He wants 30% if I want to buy new land.
So the choice is a never-Trumper or a vegan.
Tiffany Smiley.
Oh, Smiley's the one.
I really like her.
MWSA Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Tiffany Smiley is not who she says she is.
Tiffany Smiley started a PAC claiming to raise money to support conservative candidates, but contributions were funneled to pay off her own $1 million campaign debt.
Of the almost $800,000 she raised, only $24,800 went to candidates. Instead, Tiffany used the money on luxury travel and to try to pay off her massive debt.
Tiffany Smiley deceived her donors. Don't let her deceive you.
I'm Dan Newhouse, and I approve this message.
Drive into summer with a new Honda Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, or the all-new Civic Hybrid. Take a vacation, staycation, or just a weekend drive with the windows down. Whatever you do, make it epic with Honda. The 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Overall EV and Hybrid Brand. So act now. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
To see if you qualify for Hanford worker compensation, please call Smart Law for a free consultation at 509-735-5555. Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses, including neurological, respiratory and heart conditions, cancers, and beryllium-related disorders. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Call Smart Law at 509-735-5555 for Hanford worker compensation. Smart Law, smart choice.
An affordable, adjustable bed from Mattress Depot USA will help you sleep better.
And help alleviate aches and pains, sleep apnea, and snoring.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
A lake, a river, and a canal fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live hazy look at the Columbia River. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. A little bit later today we're going to have more haze, but I think overall maybe the haze could be a little bit lighter, but still the thickest of the smoke and haze will continue to be in those portions of Morrow and Umatilla counties. Today's highs are going to be seasonal, so most of us will end up being in the low to mid 90s. Could have some slightly gusty winds. I mean, they could gust out of the north and west upwards of 25 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley. Elsewhere, not as big of a deal, so definitely some calmer winds as opposed to yesterday. For tonight, the winds could still gust out in the northwest, upwards of 25 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley. But other than that, pretty clear skies, lingering haze, and overnight lows that'll fall into the 50s or 60s, so pretty seasonal stuff. Into tomorrow, we're going to be tracking a chance for some thunderstorms into the afternoon and evening, mainly for the foothills and for the Blue Mountains proper, especially for the mountains proper. You see, as we get into the peak of daytime heating, 4, 5, 6 p.m., that's when we're expecting some of those showers or thunderstorms, and the fuels are going to continue to be very dry, so we're going to be worried about lightning over dry fuels and the potential for more fire starts on top of all the fires that we already have. Okay, so a little thunderstorm chance for tomorrow. Also, we're tracking more into Sunday and Monday. We'll see what happens with that. But hey, here's some very good news. We have sub-seasonal temperatures into Thursday and Friday. We'll be about 5 to 10 degrees below average for a change, but back up to more seasonal stuff by this weekend. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. We'll have some hazy conditions over the next couple of days, and of course that little cool down into Thursday and Friday. And then for Yakima, we'll see also some haze over the next couple of days, especially in the upper valley, given the proximity to the fires, especially the fire in northern Yakima County. And of course, cooling off a little bit as we head into Thursday and Friday. For Hermiston, we'll have some pretty dry weather over the next 7 days, and also that little cool down into Thursday and Friday. And then for Walla Walla, we'll see temperatures dropping off into the 80s for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but back up into the low 90s for Sunday and Monday.
Thank you, Josh. In Washington now, 10 people, including a toddler, were rescued from the Skycomish River on Sunday near Monroe.
The accident happened after the group's inner tubes got caught and only the toddler was wearing a life jacket. Eric Wilkinson has the latest.
This stretch of the Skycomish River is deserted today, but on a sunny summer Sunday, it was packed with people partying. Among them, a group of 10 people who went for a float down the river. One of them, a 2-year-old child.
They're lucky to be alive today.
As rescue crews arrive, you can see that toddler on the banks of the river still wearing a life vest. The child was the only person out of 10 wearing a vest. Fire officials say the group had tied their floats together when they hit a snag of trees and debris, flipping them into the 50-degree water.
Tying these all up together is extremely dangerous because if one goes bad, they're all going to go bad, and that's exactly what happened. I couldn't imagine being on a flotilla like that with a 2-year-old and being thrown in the water and then having to say, I got to rescue myself, I got to rescue this kid. It's complete chaos.
Fire officials remind people these waters are very cold and can drain your energy in a matter of minutes, making it difficult to swim. They warn cheap tubes and floats are not good on any river.
They're barely qualified to be a flotation device for how cheap they are. They can get punctured very, very easily. And when you tie them all together and do a little party, add some drinks to it, and have kids, you're asking for disaster.
3 people were treated for cold water exposure at a local hospital. Rescue crews say about the only thing this group did right was make sure the child was wearing a vest, but they all should have been.
Everybody's got cases around their phone because it's important to them, or you're important. Put your life jacket on. You are the life in life jacket. You know, make that jacket work for you to save your life and save your family's life.
Authorities say alcohol likely was a factor in the accident, but so far no charges have been filed.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, it's almost the start of the new school year, and many families have already started back-to-school shopping. However, we're learning that families will be spending a lot more this year. When we come back, we look at the numbers, and we have tips on how to save.
And the question being asked is, if Kamala Harris secures the Democratic nomination, who will serve as her running mate? We take a look at the potential VP picks in just a few minutes. First, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Google reverses its decision on cookies. The company has opted to keep third-party cookies in Chrome after previously planning to phase them out by next year. Advertisers use the files of information to target ads and measure performance. Google says it will keep the technology in Chrome and instead introduce new privacy controls. Next, Slack's new update is bringing work to your fingertips. 4 new widgets on the app let users see unread messages, update their status, and quickly access Slack. The update is now available for all iPhone users. And finally, Tesla's Cybertruck is rolling into Fortnite and Rocket League. Starting today, players can use the vehicle in both games. Epic Games released a new trailer to showcase the Cybertruck in action. Not everybody's so happy, but I wonder what those critics find so revolting. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Hey, I'll give you $574 if you switch.
For an ice cream? Okay.
So what about $574 for switching your home insurance to Allstate?
Tempting, but that's way too much of a hassle.
Actually, it's not. Allstate can handle the switching for you. Just call them.
So it's easy and I could save?
And you get Allstate.
Like a cherry on top.
Oh, you brought your own.
Check Allstate first and you could save hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
I didn't think I could afford to go back to school, but the scholarships I received at National University made it possible. Currently, I'm a field RN. This is what I was put in this world to do, to give back to the community that I came from.
You are bountiful. Your skeleton can support 2 times your weight. It's in your nature to stand strong. Supplement your bones with high absorption magnesium. Nature's bounty. It's in your nature.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
So you guys know how we always look at the National Today calendar to see what's going on. So I had to mention this one. It's National, quote, "Is it hot enough for you day?" And I think it's way too hot for all of us. Right, Josh?
I'd agree with that.
It's more seasonal now.
Oh, okay.
I think there's an argument.
Seasonal.
I think there's a counter argument to be made.
Okay, so how hot exactly is it if it's seasonal?
95.
Okay, that's not
essentially
bad.
in the
Yeah, it's not,
Tri-Cities.
triple digits.
But last week, I feel like this day should have been last week.
Yeah, really.
Because it really was too hot then. Let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures for this morning in the 50s and 60s. Remember, just 24 hours back, we were in the 60s and 70s. So definitely a cooling trend that we're enduring for right now. Let's go ahead and show you the hour-by-hour forecast for the rest of today. It's still going to be t-shirt weather throughout most of today for the Tri-Cities. High temperatures should end up in the low to mid-90s for most spots, which again is pretty seasonal. Here's the bottom line for this forecast. We're tracking another small thunderstorm chance into tomorrow. That could maybe cool us off in Thursday and Friday, looking at some sub-seasonal temperatures by then. And of course, we'll have to deal with some haze and smoke all week, just given all the fires that are burning within the region, especially down in Morrow and Umatilla counties. But given that we do have a lightning chance on the way, also given that we had so many fires yesterday, I'll show you what fire fuel energy is looking like for today. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. And we start this half hour off with developing news. A 3-car crash on 395 northbound just before the Blue Bridge made traffic even worse than usual yesterday.
The bridge had already been down to 1 lane in each direction, and we have a friendly reminder for you. Reminder that when approaching the bridge from either directions, remember to use the zipper merge to make traffic go more smoothly.
Also developing, Union Gap police are asking for your help. Detectives are currently investigating a theft that occurred at Marshall's located in the Valley Mall.
These are photos of the suspect, and if you recognize the person or have any information, you can send a tip to Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477 or by going to p3tips.com. As summer rolls on, average gasoline prices in Yakima have risen 2.9 cents per gallon in the past week.
And that is currently what's been going on. We have more on those gas prices later, but in education news now, the Yakima School District has announced that the program called Right at School will be available at their elementary schools for the 2024 to 2025 school year.
It's a nationally recognized provider of before and after school child care enrichment programs.
The district tells Apple Valley News Now that the programs will be located at 12 total schools. You can learn more on the Yakima Public School District's website. And we are getting closer to August and the start of the school year, and many families have already started back to school shopping.
And we're learning that parents should be prepared to spend a lot more this year. Lucy Libdell has a look at the numbers.
The start of the new school year is just around the corner, and that means it's time to start thinking about back-to-school shopping.
We're expecting consumers shopping for back to school and back to college to spend at near record amounts.
Parents are preparing to spend big on supplies this year. The National Retail Federation estimates families with children in elementary through high school plan to spend an average of $874.68 on school supplies, clothing, and electronics based on their annual survey. While that's $15 less than last year's record high of $890.07, it's still the second highest amount in the survey's history. Nationally, the group expects U.S. families will spend close to $39 billion on back-to-school shopping.
The top reason people say that they start early is to spread out their budget.
Here's the breakdown of estimated costs for K through 12. Parents are budgeting on average about $310 for electronics, $254 on clothing and accessories, $140 for school supplies, and $170 for shoes. College students are bracing to spend even more, with the average student expecting to shell out $1,364 on items for the upcoming school year.
We know that things like electronics are a much bigger portion of back to school and college spending than they used to be.
So, what are some ways families can save?
We know that discount stores have certainly carried a larger variety of school supplies, and as consumers are looking for value these days, that is another top destination for them.
Another tip, shop around for the best deals. Many big box retailers offer big discounts at the end of July. Reporting for Apple Valley News Now, I'm Lucy Libdell.
And for more tips, we have a back-to-school section on our website. Just head to applevalleynewsnow.com.
In political news, Vice President Harris has the support of enough Democratic delegates to win the party's nomination to be president.
As of Monday night, a delegate estimate shows Harris has a support of more than 1,976 pledged delegates, the amount she needs to be the party's nominee on the first ballot. She broke records by adding $81 million to the campaign within 24 hours, and officials say the party will move forward with the process to choose their nominee by August 7th, but that timetable could be moved up.
The party's convention chair says Democrats have important deadlines to meet, and the party will make sure the process is fair. The DNC has had to pivot quickly a day after President Biden announced he was dropping out of the 2024 race.
And the question many are asking, who will serve as Harris's running mate? The Democratic National Convention begins in 28 days, where Harris is expected to be officially nominated, and the search to find the Democrats' vice presidential nominee has begun.
According to CNN, there are currently 10 elected officials who could be the VP pick. Those names are on your screen right now. An official says North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, and Arizona Senator Mark Kelly have been asked to submit information about their finances, family histories, and other personal details. It's also important to note that Harris has not yet secured the Democratic nomination. So far, she's gained key endorsements, and no one within the party has challenged her candidacy.
In local community news, Lourdes Counseling Center, which is a part of Lourdes Health, is now Lourdes Behavioral Health. Officials say this rebranding effort seeks to enhance its impact and reach within the region.
Signage has been updated throughout the facility, and the new name brand will be celebrated with a special ribbon cutting and anniversary event on Thursday, August 1st. We've been waiting all summer, and it's finally almost time for the Tri-City Water Follies. Crews are already out setting up. The event director tells us getting some of the prep stuff done with makes it feel like all the work that he's been putting on throughout the years is finally coming together.
It's a lot of work,
not too much stress. The stress kind of builds as we go to the week, but once we get to this week and the volunteers come in and we start seeing tents come up, fencing going up, you know, people, the community's already out setting up on the riverbank. You know, it's just immensely satisfying.
Starting Wednesday night, they'll close down Columbia Park. In more community news, a local pizza shop is looking for a change. So Eats Pizzeria and Deli, located in Pasco, announced that due to personal reason, they're looking for a change in ownership in the pizzeria.
He says he's looking to sell so that even though he won't be able to run the business, it can keep going. He also says he's looking to sell to someone with these qualities.
Right now, we're just looking to sell it. We're not looking to close down. We're looking to sell it. Somebody that's motivated, loves the business, loves being self-employed, loves the restaurant business, and being able to take care of our customers like we have and just show the love of the business.
He says if you're interested in buying the pizzeria and deli, you can go in and talk with him.
In round 2 of Apple Valley News Now's Restaurant Showdown ends tonight at 8. So we started with 64 area eateries, and now we're looking to narrow the field to the Sweet Delicious 16. But we need your help.
To vote for your favorites using your phone, scan the QR code on the screen right now. To vote on your laptop or desktop, click on Contests at applevalleynewsnow.com and select Restaurant Showdown.
After voting, be sure to enter to win a $25 gift card from STCU. 24 winners will each get a card and enter each round you vote. That'll give you more chances to win. And you can find more information at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the White House Task Force releases a new report on how to keep kids safe online. Tips on how to do so is coming up.
But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth will have a peek at what your day is going to look like. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
Stacy Lee, KVUE First Alert Weather. Watch tonight.
I'm Jared Sessler, a Navy veteran, job creator, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message. It was a great honor to receive President Trump's endorsement, and unlike my opponent Dan Newhouse, who joined Democrats to impeach President Trump, I'll be a strong ally for the MAGA agenda. But an even greater honor would be to earn your support. I took an oath to this country when I began my military service, and I kept it. And I'm asking for your vote so I can take that oath once more and serve in Congress as the conservative we deserve.
Exmark mowers were born to deliver legendary reliability, signature cut quality, and stubborn durability that refuses to give in. Because like you, Exmark mowers were built for this. Save big on Exmark Vertex mowers. Take advantage of instant rebates and bonus fleet discounts for a limited time only.
Experience the difference. Liberty Lawn and Saw on Van Giesen in West Richland.
Here's to feeling at home on mountain trails, playing by the river all day, exploring your favorite off-beaten paths and terrains, or simply savoring your favorite foods. Here's to Subaru season. Experience all our hometown summers have to offer with the new Subaru Outback from McCurley Subaru. Your way home.
Get a new Subaru Outback from McCurley Subaru today with 2.9% financing.
Get ready for an unforgettable season with the Yakima Valley Pippins baseball team. We're celebrating our 10th season, and we want you to be a part of the excitement. Join us at the Yakima County Stadium for a fun, affordable, and professional baseball experience. From single game tickets to season ticket memberships, group events, and merchandise, we have options to fit everyone's needs. This season only, we're offering special deals to celebrate our 10th season. Don't miss out on Yakima Valley Pippins baseball.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. Amazing offers and a great selection of the best-selling trucks in America for 47 years. Ford F-Series, gas, hybrid, or all-electric. These are the deals you've been waiting for. So don't wait. Make it Ford. Make it yours. Make it now. Lease a 2024 F-150 STX Super Crew for just $399 a month. Only at your local Ford dealer.
When you get hurt on the job, you never know if you're going to get paid by Labor and Industries. Let Bothwell and Hamill fight on your behalf for your workers' comp. We can often increase your compensation. The sooner you call us, the better. If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is a cooler start, a much cooler start this morning as opposed to just yesterday morning. We're at 48 for Snoqualmie Pass, 56 for Cle Elum, and then we're in the low to mid 60s for Ellensburg and Vantage. Down in Yakima County, we're seeing mostly 50s and 60s, although this sensor in Sunnyside is saying it's 48. This sensor is always a little bit cooler than its counterpart, so we'll see what the rest of these sensors say a little bit later this morning. Okay, for Benton and Franklin counties, also along the river, temperatures also in the 50s and 60s, maybe some very light jacket weather for this morning. And then we're also seeing some 50s and 60s for the foothills of the Blue Mountains. Up into some of the higher terrain of Umatilla County, we're tracking 40s and 50s for Meacham and Ukiah. A little bit later today, it's still going to be hot, but thankfully it's just going to be more seasonal as opposed to what we've had over the past couple of weeks. We'll be in the mid 90s today, right around 95 degrees for the Tri-Cities. And unfortunately, there still is the chance for a large fire to start or spread quickly. We saw that yesterday. We saw a couple of those in Yakima County. We could maybe see a couple more today as the fire fuel energy compared to historical percentiles is going to be up into the 99th percentile for Kittitas and Yakima County, also up into the 99th percentile for the lower Columbia Basin, and it's going to be the same thing for the Blue Mountains. So please be on your P's and Q's when it comes to fire safety. And unfortunately, we have lightning in the forecast for tomorrow. I'll time that out with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In your health news, a new report about how to keep kids safe online was released Monday by White House task force. The report recommends open communication about social media. Parents are encouraged to set up a family media plan to set expectations with their kids about what they can watch and how long they can be on their devices. In the U.S., an estimated 95% of teens and 40% of kids ages 8 to 12 use some form of social media. The White House task force provides a guideline on how to talk to kids about their social media usage. That includes asking questions about whether children have checked the correct privacy settings. The report also includes handouts for parents that pediatricians can distribute at well visits to help navigate technology usage. The White House says this task force is part of a wider focus on mental health among youth and how online usage can impact that. We know how high heat can be especially harmful to sensitive groups, and today we're looking at how high heat can be hard on pregnant women, leading to complications. Mandy Gaither has the story.
Extreme heat and pregnancy. It's not just uncomfortable, but also potentially dangerous.
Pregnant women are at increased risk of heat exhaustion and heat stroke due to the fact that there's a lot of physiologic changes that causes differences in blood flow in their bodies.
Dr. Catherine Caponero, an OBGYN with Cleveland Clinic, says not only can extreme heat be harmful to the person who's pregnant, it can also cause complications for the developing fetus.
So trying your best to do all that you can in your control in order to stay cool and to keep your body healthy is really important for your pregnancy.
To stay safe in the heat, Caponero says try to stay inside during the hottest times of the day. If you do go out, wear light-colored clothing in layers to help keep you as cool as possible. Check the air quality index. Breathing polluted air can cause harm to pregnant people. And finally, stay hydrated. Caponero recommends consuming between 8 and 12 glasses of water a day.
A lot of pregnant women can't tolerate straight water, so sometimes flavoring that with fruits or even a splash of juice can be really helpful.
Since you know your body best, Caponero says if something doesn't feel right in the summer heat, talk to a doctor.
Making sure that you are watching yourself, taking care of yourself, and listening to your body is one of the best things that you can do as a pregnant patient.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The CDC says to be aware that antihistamines or antihypertensive medicines can also make pregnant patients more sensitive to the heat, and of course, talk to a doctor about your concerns. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Union Gap police are searching for a suspect after a theft at the Marshalls in the Valley Mall. We have the details. That and more is coming up in your morning sprint.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected.
Which is ironic.
Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu.
We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Traffic jam. Ugh, and I'm already late.
Meet FatBeam Fiber, the fastest growing fiber provider in the West. With over 150,000 fiber miles across 150 cities and 8 states, we offer reliable internet and top-tier service to business, government, healthcare, education, and residential customers. From dedicated internet access to wireless backup, our team ensures 99.99% uptime and superior connectivity. Trust FatBeam Fiber to expand network capabilities and protect your data. Discover more and request a quote at fatbeamfiber.com.
I learned the value of hard work right here in these fields as my immigrant parents picked crops. I graduated from Yakima Valley College and Gonzaga, worked for Congress and the state legislature. Now I'm running for state senate because we need someone who will fight for Central Washington. We're losing good paying jobs and warehouses are closing. I'm Maria Beltran, and I ask for your vote because our best days are ahead of us.
Paid for by friends Maria Beltran.
You get hurt in a car wreck, and all of a sudden, you feel like there's a black cloud hanging over your life. You're in pain, and the insurance company doesn't want to pay. Call me, Attorney Mariano Morales. I have the power of more. Don't take that first offer when I can get you more, much more than they want to pay. And why go to court if you don't have to? And when they find out the heavy hitters on your side, well, you know, blue skies. Injured? Call me, Attorney Mariano Morales, because helping you is what I do.
Call 853-2222.
The journey home can look a little different to everyone. That's why our expert technicians are here to make sure that wherever you feel at home, whether it's when you're hard at work, surrounded by loved ones, or cheering them on from the sidelines, you get there. Because we know a vehicle is really more than a vehicle. It's your way home.
Drive home in a new Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 for only $649 a month.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Now, the morning sprint.
It is 5:51, time for your 5 o'clock morning sprint.
We're going to start off with your top 5 local stories. A large fire burned east of Colotis in Franklin County Sunday. It's a remote area. This fire grew so rapidly that FCFD2 called for state help within a couple of hours of the fire being discovered. Aircraft assistance came in to help, and the cause is under investigation.
Now to a house fire that Ellensburg Police and Fire are investigating. Yesterday morning, 3 separate house fires broke out in the same area, happened on the 900 block of West University Way. One family's house was destroyed and lost everything. That family's GoFundMe is on our website.
Fire crews from city and county agencies are working around the clock right now, battling multiple wildfires as well as responding to medical calls. It's a job that never sleeps, and it doesn't matter what the weather conditions are, even when it's in triple-digit heat like what we've been seeing for the last few weeks. Fire officials say preventing burnout includes taking extra staffing to have a good replacement cycle of crews, rest periods, drinking plenty of water, and having vitals monitored for symptoms of heat exhaustion.
Union Gap Police need your help. Detectives are currently investigating a theft that occurred at Marshalls, located in the Valley Mall. These are photos of the suspect. If you have information, send your tip to Crime Stoppers or by going to p3tips.com.
The Tri-Cities Airport says flights have mostly returned to normal after the system outage that started Friday. However, the entrance to the long-term parking lot will be closed starting at 10 a.m. today through tomorrow. Officials say they are working to improve their parking system, and those looking to park at PSC should use the credit card lot.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Well, I continue to scan the horizon of Yakima just to try to see. I'm looking off towards the north, trying to see any smoke billowing up from that Black Canyon fire. I mean, it's definitely hazy out there. Not seeing any one particular smoke column, though. We'll continue to scan the horizon with our Sky Camera network. Yeah, in general, it is cool out there this morning. It is a little hazy, and a little bit later today, it's going to be seasonal. We should have temperatures in the low to mid 90s for most spots. And again, haze, although overall, I'm thinking the haze should be a little bit lighter compared to yesterday, but we'll see how that pans out. Winds are definitely going to be much lighter as opposed to yesterday. They still could gust out of the northwest upwards of 25 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley. And for tonight, the winds could still gust upwards of 25 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley. But elsewhere, they should be light. Overnight lows will be a little bit cooler compared to what we're seeing for this morning with 50s and 60s. And again, pretty light haze for the most part. Okay, into tomorrow, we'll show you what happens with Futurecast. This is 8 in the morning. Not much happening, but watch this into lunchtime and beyond. We'll have a decent chance for some showers and thunderstorms, especially along the Blue Mountains. This does include the potential for lightning, and our fields are looking very dry right now. So unfortunately, there is going to be the threat of lightning-induced wildfires, and we could maybe have more of that into Sunday and Monday as well. So we'll keep close tabs on that. But hey, how about a little bit of good news? Temperatures falling below average by about 5 to 10 degrees in Thursday and Friday. So that will end up being a nice change of pace. Here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Will be hazy over the next couple of days at least. 80s for Thursday and Friday, and the 90s for Saturday through Monday. For Yakima, we'll have low to mid 90s for the next couple of days. For Tuesday and Wednesday, will be comfy for summer standards on Thursday and Friday, and then that small thunderstorm chance for Monday. And then for Hermiston, hazy for Tuesday and Wednesday, upper 80s for Thursday and Friday, low to mid 90s for Saturday and Monday. And then for Walla Walla, we'll have a light haze at the very least, cooler by the end of this week, and hopefully the cooler weather will help out with firefighting efforts, especially in Umatilla and Morrow counties.
And in political news, the DNC is moving forward. The national headlines: Vice President Kamala Harris has the support of enough Democratic delegates to win the party's nomination to be president.
A delegate estimate shows the support of more than 1,976 pledged delegates, which is the amount she needs to be the party's nominee. Officials say the party will move forward with a process to choose their nominee by August 7th, but that timetable could be moved up.
In your sports headlines now, LeBron James has been chosen as the male flag bearer for Team USA at the Paris 2024 Olympics opening ceremony. This is James' fourth Olympics. He previously won gold at the 2008 Beijing Games and the 2012 London Games.
The U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee will announce the female flag bearer on Tuesday, and the opening ceremony is scheduled for Friday.
And trending now, so Gen Z says and does a lot of confusing things, but no worries, we're here to break it down for you.
So Kamala Harris and Charlie XCX have been trending online, and it happened when the singer said, quote, "Kamala is Brat" to X on Sunday.
So what does this mean? Well, it's a reference to the singer's latest album called Brat, and it's now a viral meme.
So Harris's campaign embraced it. Her account on X shows a background photo in the brat green color and the VP's name in the same font on Charlie XCX's album.
Now this has won a lot of younger people's favor, with many more memes popping up. So what does the word mean?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot of definitions going around, but Charlie XCX has previously described the word brat as, quote, honest, blunt, and a little volatile.
Oh.
And there are several more meanings posted online, but one thing's for sure, it's definitely got the younger people posting all these memes, making all these memes. It's kind of funny to see.
I have definitely laughed at a few of those memes.
The coconut one, yeah.
I love that one.
I do too. It's gotten stuck in my head. I kind of keep repeating it over and over.
Exactly. If you don't know what we're talking about, it's very easy to find it online.
Well, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6, progress on the wildfires burning around the region.
But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworth will have your weather forecast. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock.
Communist China poses an economic and national security threat to America.
And Dan Newhouse is the leader in Congress fighting for our security.
Dan stood up to Communist China and wrote the bill to stop them from buying up American farms and ranches.
And Dan's working to secure the border and stop the flow of deadly Chinese fentanyl through Mexico and into our communities.
Where Joe Biden fails us, Dan Newhouse fights for us.